The neighborhood of Linkin Park in Chicago, Illinois has had its fair share of tragedies, but one tragedy led to thousands of corpses almost literally being swept under the rug, or literally under a park. Linkin Park in Linkin Park was built over a cemetery, and their zoo covers a large portion of it. Haunted zoo? Are there ghost animals? What's up with the 1800s man in the women's room? These are the questions of the haunted Linkin Park Zoo. Welcome to Ghost Binkers. Pause for dramatic effect. Hello, junior and senior Binkers. I'm Trev, and I really would love to believe in ghosts. And with me is Killian.
I would too, but I won't. It won't happen.
Together we are the Ghost Binkers, and we explore real-life spooky stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them. A light, where's my button? Where's binking, so to speak.
And I want everyone at home to know that I tried to do that walking around the house, and it's hard to say. So the little tagline you just did.
Oh, you were trying to, you were rehearsing?
I was practicing around the house, and it was difficult.
Do you want to try it?
No, not on camera.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Ghost Binkers, the podcast where we talk about spooky,
You got this.
talk about scary stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
And then?
Well, it's a light bink, if you will.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. I was doing it a little bit at home, but it's hard to do it on camera without anything in front of me because you can read it and I can't.
Yeah.
But it is hard to say.
Yeah, I designed a tongue twister for us.
I kept saying spooky stories, and then I wouldn't be able to like...
It is spooky stories.
Oh, I thought it was scary stories because so it's spooky stories, and we joke the spooky credibility out of them.
Yes.
I didn't want to double up on spooky, and so that was throwing me for a loop.
We're
I was adding some extra hurdles.
We're pulling spooky out of these stories, basically.
No, I know that part.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they were spooky stories. I thought they were scary stories we joke the spooky credibility out of. But they're spooky stories we joke the spooky credibility out of.
Yeah.
And so people at home, it's tricky.
It is tricky.
I know I did nail it a second ago, but I'm a professional and you're not, so you should respect Trev when you see him.
Yeah. Also, this podcast has melted my brain and my reading comprehension.
It's a brain melter for sure. That's part of I think my talent. My special skill is sort of melting people's brains and hurting them.
I don't think it's you. I think
it's psychic damage.
I think it's all the research that I have to do.
You might be getting it from both ends a little bit. Because you'll read a ghost story and you'll say one letter wrong in a word, and I'll be like, you said credibility. It's credibility, you moron. And then
it creates a complex
loud buzzer sound.
I have to go to counseling every Thursday to counteract once the podcast comes out and I have to listen to it again. I'm like, oh fuck, I need to see my therapist. So we will be covering the haunted Linkin Park Zoo, which
I've become a ghost. I can't see you there. Tired of being a regular guy.
I didn't realize Linkin Park was not just a park. It's a neighborhood and a park.
Yeah, it's a whole neighborhood.
Which is confusing to me because they don't call it Linkin Park Park. They just call it Linkin Park.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, are you talking about the neighborhood or the park?
Yeah, I think the neighborhood should also update their spelling to be like the bands.
Yeah.
Because it's like
LINKIN?
Yeah, it's all
like
eyes.
LinkedIn Park?
Kind of like LinkedIn Park, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, give me a second. I've learned so much about B2B marketing to you.
That's pretty good.
It's the LinkedIn professional
LinkedIn Park.
Yeah. Honestly, part of that was I couldn't remember what song I was going to do for the half of the first line there. So
I just
here's your bits in advance, folks.
So this article that I'm going to be presenting tonight was an emotional roller coaster for me because honestly, compared to other articles we've read, it's pretty well written, lots of vocabulary. There's lots of info and backstory, and maybe even a little bit too much for my melted brain ass. And we also are going to learn some new ghost lore and rules.
I do like that.
Which we can add that to our Binker ghost rules.
I'm not going to listen to a word you say because I'm going to be trying to connect every word to a Linkin Park song so I can sing chunks of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. If you say the word habit, you're done. I got the whole song on lock.
What if I say a word that rhymes with?
It honestly might be close enough, yeah.
Lastly, there is a section in here that ruins everything for me.
Oh.
So
it's a movie where the twist is dumb. And you're like, all right, I want
the twist is
2 hours back.
It was all a dream. And you're like, God damn it.
Well, that had to have been good the first time it happened,
The very first all a dream twist, but now everyone does it. Last preface before we get into this. If I sound a little bit under the weather, it is my quarterly sinus infection. And it really is at this point kind of like clockwork.
You sound great. I think you're apologizing for
Thank
nothing.
you.
You're like when my wife apologizes for baking good, and she's like, I didn't use enough salt,
yeah,
but
she
then
makes
you
great
taste it,
baked
you're like, it's
goods.
really good. But
Yeah.
she's like pre-apologizing, and then you're like the whole time you're tasting it, like
Maybe there was something wrong with it.
Is there salt? Should I taste for the salt more? But your voice sounds wonderful
Okay, thank
to
you.
my cans.
Thank
at
you.
least.
And well, you got the best cans in the house.
Your voice is jiggling my cans around.
So this article is Wild Nights Ghost Hunting in Chicago's Linkin Park Zoo.
No, that's a Girls Gone Wild tape you downloaded by mistake because
shit.
that's what it sounds like.
Whoops. It is on the website AmericanGhostWalks.com, and it is written by Ursula Bielski on February 12th, 2019. Pre-COVID. We got a pre-COVID story here.
Please don't bring up COVID on the Ghost podcast.
Pre-lockdown. So this is divided into two sections, night 1 and night 2. Night 1, the Lion House. I know this is called the Lion House, but we're going to jump into the history really quick. Ursula wanted to give us a little history first.
Yeah.
As one of the oldest neighborhoods in Chicago, Linkin Park is also surely one of the most haunted in the city. The home.
Can a single thing
Qualifiers.
exist? Can a single thing exist without being the most haunted something somewhere? Like, it's crazy. No. I want to read a blog where they're like, this is like probably the 5th most haunted hotel.
I'm
in
looking.
Nebraska.
Honestly, I'll take like the 20th.
This is like
most haunted.
but even just like have some humility. This is Nebraska. It's one of the top 3. You know? But every time they're like, this is the most haunted, blank of blank and blank, and it's like,
well, I mean, now we're like. We're Google Earth zooming in further, where it's like it's not the most haunted place in Illinois.
It's not the most haunted neighborhood in the world. It's the most haunted neighborhood in Chicago,
Illinois.
And it starts to feel like it's. I've made this joke before on this podcast, I'm sure. It's like this baseball player has the most hits on a second game of a doubleheader where the first one gets rained out, but they play at least 5 innings, and you're like, I don't think this is going to come up.
I've
again.
lost track of all the qualifiers.
I'll keep it in mind if that happens in the World Series or something. I don't know.
And how many people qualify for that?
It's like
2.
Tim and 3 guys from the 30s.
But yeah, so most haunted in the city, the home of George Bugs Moran. Linkin Park saw some of the worst gangland violence in American history, including the 1929 St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Which, funny enough, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was mentioned in one of the articles I read for the Eastern State Penitentiary, but I cut that part out.
How surprised do you think the first guy to get murdered by a Tommy gun was? Because that shit looks kind of silly. You see him and you're like, what's that? And he's like, and you're like, holy shit.
It's kind of like a squiggly looking gun.
It's squiggly. It's got a big circle thing on it. You know, I feel like I'd be surprised.
What'd you get that pot from your mom's kitchen?
And you're like, oh no.
He wet me up. No, I think that would be kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Linkin Park also hosted one of the terrifying deaths which became known as the Tylenol murders. On October 1st, 1982, flight attendant Paula Prince was found dead 2 days after buying a bottle of cyanide-laced capsules at the Walgreens store in Linkin Park's Old Town section. Basically, she is setting the scene here. There's a lot of darkness.
Yeah, I know about the Tylenol murders. I don't know. Did they ever solve that? I know they were always trying to figure out like how it happened, or if the person was doing it at the Walgreens level, or if it was at the packing level, if it was like an accident or something. Blah, 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 you know,
not to plug another podcast on this one,
but the Tylenol Murder Podcast.
It's
great.
Yeah, the Tylenol Murder podcast. No, it's a pretty big, well-known podcast called Red Web, and they talk about it, and they do unsolved mysteries. So I have to assume it's unsolved based on the fact that they covered it.
It better be. If they do unsolved mysteries. I gotta say, if I'm a solved mysteries podcast and a self-proclaimed unsolved mysteries podcast starts doing solved mysteries, I'd be like, hey,
watch your step there.
I get that we don't know for sure about that one, but you better be careful.
Yeah. Or if it gets solved, then they have to delete.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not unsolved anymore. Without a doubt, one of the most legendary of Linkin Park's ghosts is that of the late John Dillinger, the swashbuckling bank robber who in 1934 wreaked havoc for months across 3 states before being gunned down.
You're not swashbuckling in the 30s, sorry.
Yeah,
once we're not in pirate times, you ain't swashbuckling
thing.
Someone's gonna be like, actually, the swashbuckling is the belts on the cowboy. No, swashbuckling is a damn pirate.
Hold on,
anything else is.
It's time for our first screen usage. I'm gonna look
First
up.
Google.
I'm gonna look up what. Oh, it's so far away, and I'm not wearing my glasses.
You're doing great. Swashbuckling. Oh, this is great.
We're gonna scroll past the AI.
Engaging and daring in romantic adventures with bravado or flamboyance.
That's
interesting.
That's not what I thought swashbuckling meant.
I guess it's more like Zorro than pirates. But I've always thought of pirates as swashbuckling.
Me too. Well, I feel like they say I be swashbuckling across the 7 seas.
You might be Mandela affected. I don't think I don't think a pirate's ever said that.
Well, anyway, Dillinger was swashbuckling.
Me be John Dillinger.
He was gunned down in an alleyway just south of the Biograph Theater. I don't know if that's supposed to say biography theater.
People in Chicago are clapping like crazy right now.
Yeah.
People in Chicago love hearing about Chicago.
That's true.
If you bring up the fucking dumb beach that's like a concrete slab, they're gonna go wild. You know about the Chicago beaches?
I don't think I do.
The Chicago has like a beach that's just like concrete slab. That goes into the water, and people like go like, I'm going to the beach, Chicago, and they go to this concrete slab and lay there. No offense if you love your slab.
I'm sorry, Chicago, but
sand.
As someone who lives near an actual beach, that's not a beach.
I'm a big. I don't even count the like European rocky beaches. You gotta have sand.
You gotta have sand.
That's some kind of other structure.
Yeah, it's basically man-made. Can you have a man-made beach?
Are you suggesting a non-man-made, an organic concrete slab? I think it's a man-made beach. Yeah, I'm going to say man-made for sure.
Well, I guess did they import the water?
Well, what about that beach in Dubai that like is sand, but they made it straight up? You know,
all of my morals are crumbling now because I said it can't be man-made, but it also has to be made of sand.
Yeah, or we could have like a Dubai exception.
They say you can sometimes. I'm gonna pretend I never said anything. They say you can sometimes see his bluish form stumbling and falling on the pavement, or feel the icy chill of his spirit move through your own body there. So this guy, he's rude. He's like not even asking. Like, excuse me.
That's the cold Chicago wind. You're like, oh man, this ghost. You didn't wear a jacket. You're like, this ghost is shivering me.
Actually, you're wearing a jacket, but it's not a windbreaker, so that's why you think it's a ghost going through you.
You know the windy city, Chicago?
Yeah.
It's from the politicians. They were windbags. They were like they talk too much. So that's why it's called the Windy City. It's not because it's like windy.
What the hell?
It's not because of the weather. Yeah.
I did not know that.
How's that?
Today I learned.
Is that in your fucking dumb article?
It was not. I'm just gonna add that real quick. The Windy City was named. Despite these plentiful tales of the neighborhood, there is no part of Linkin Park more haunted than the park itself, which was originally the home of Chicago's City Cemetery, a sprawling burial. It says burying ground, but I wanted to say burying.
I think it should be burial ground.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be. I think burying ground is not a thing.
This is one of my brain circuits just melted.
This is where we Google search burying ground and see if it autocorrects to burial ground.
Or we Google search it and it's like, oh, that's a different thing.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a place where alive people hang out or whatever, you know?
All right, let me see.
Chrome is not responsive. Wow.
It's just
it's just another word for cemetery?
Yeah, I guess
burying ground instead of burial ground?
The cemetery was short-lived. Established in 1843, a cholera scare caused residents to fear that the burial of victims would spread the disease to the nearby water supply, which I think is a thing that happened in England.
It happens all the time, but I just think it's funny that a cemetery is short-lived.
Oh, wait.
But it's also like, kind of antithetical to the structure of the cemetery, which is
it's supposed to last sort of forever.
I would say it's like an eternal resting place, kind of. So it's funny. It's funny to be like, all right, close it down.
Not for these folks.
Throw the bodies in the stupid slab beach river.
Soon, the order was given for the disinterment.
Yeah, you got it.
Disinterment.
Disinterment. You got it.
Disinterment.
No, you had it.
And removal of the tens of thousands of corpses. The long process came to a shocking halt when on the night of October 8th, 1871, high winds blew flaming debris from a south side inferno across the river.
Loud politicians that blew the debris.
Oh, damn. Wait, now I don't know if the first one was true. The Great Chicago Fire, sweeping swiftly northward, pushed Northside residents to flee into the cemetery grounds and eventually into the waters off North Avenue Beach. Oh my God, the fire caused the beach to turn into concrete. That's why it's concrete.
We're not supposed to joke about the Great Chicago Fire.
Are you not supposed to?
It's too soon. Too soon for sure.
1871?
Way too soon, yeah. No.
There's a soccer team called the Chicago Fire.
Is there really?
Yeah.
That's nuts,
Wait,
man. That's too much, I think, actually.
I used to use them in FIFA in like 2001.
That's crazy.
Chicago Fire
That's
FC.
nuts.
Yeah. I think you're allowed to joke about them now.
No wonder soccer doesn't catch on in America with fucking they're doing mean names.
I think with edgy humor like that, it should.
The New York 911s, the New York airplane buildings. You know, like what's going on?
I think our generation and below would love that.
What else? You know, my new soccer team, the San Andreas Earthquakes.
the Hurricane Katrinas.
Yeah. And then New York, it's like the Hurricane Sandy. You're like, okay,
all right, calm down, New York.
Wasn't as bad.
Although it did almost blow a laptop out of my hand.
Yeah, it was. So
that was. It
made
bad.
Chris Christie really sad, which is funny because he's like fat and sad looking,
and on cocaine.
Yeah, so it made it
allegedly.
Sorry,
allegedly,
he's allegedly fat and sad looking and on cocaine.
The cemetery was almost completely destroyed in the Great Fire. Headboards,
the people stepping on it. There's all the people running through it.
Oh yeah,
they're blaming the fire. It's all the morons.
They trampled all the graves.
Trying to get to that stupid beach.
oh no! Look, the fire knocked down all the graves.
Maybe the concrete is just the stacks of graves they all grabbed on the way to the beach.
Well, actually, though, headboards, the wooden markers, which designated most burials of the day, so they used wood at the time.
Okay. This is like the least future-proof cemetery of all time.
Were reduced to ash by the conflagration.
The small piles of sticks we used to signify graves blew away.
Check out that
conflagration's a sick.
Big conflagration. Conflagration.
There's a trivium song. Entrance of the conflagration.
Oh my God.
And as a kid, I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, crazy ass fire. And I was like, hell yeah. Wow. I was so excited for a big fire.
Oh yeah. So the conflagration, rendering plot after plot impossible to identify, with no way to discern where the myriad burials remained, the city simply continued its plans to create a lakefront park, and Chicago moved on.
Conflagration into myriad is like a fucking double step move, you know? My ankle's broken and you do a little spin for your layup, you know? It's too much.
I was reading Eminem lyrics. Yeah. So Chicago moved on. Apparently not all of the dead, however, did. So
I forgot. This is cool. Every time we do an interesting history episode, you bring up ghosts at some point. I'm like, wow, the fire was really devastating. You're like, but it also was devastating to the liches that roam the tower. I'm like, oh, fuck.
The ghouls.
There's real people burning to ash and screaming as the air gets sucked out of their lungs by the heat of the blaze. And we're like, what if they became a ghosty after? Wow.
It is funny because that is your edging into ruining it, is the history. And then I'm like, but there was a spooky specter. So,
some say the ghost was starting the fires.
As of 2013, several investigations had been done on the grounds in Lincoln Park. Some private homes and businesses also surrounding that area were investigated, but nothing had ever been done at poor old Lincoln Park Zoo, and it covered a large portion of the park, which covered a large portion of graves. I actually skipped a part that pointed out the large portion of graves. 15,000 bodies.
They just left them there?
Are just under the park.
Okay.
Just, they said, we don't know what to do. Flatten it.
Yeah, I don't know if this is crazy to say. Who cares?
But all the bodies.
Big deal.
Their eternal resting place.
They're dead. They're under the ground. Who cares? I get it. It would suck if like that was your grandma or whatever. But like, I don't know. Fucking, my grandma's got an elephant on top of her.
Do you think
she's got an elephant exhibit on top of her?
Do you think any relatives get free admission to the zoo so they can visit their dead relatives?
Looking at a fucking penguin slide down there. Like, whoa, grandma's underneath the fucking penguin exhibit. Whoa, he's sliding on his belly.
So cute.
Oh, she's. Oh,
grandma would have loved this penguin.
Oh, he fell down. He's embarrassed.
So in 2013, the events manager of the zoo called Ursula to create a ghost tour.
Oh my God, she was listening to LFMAO.
LMFAO.
I couldn't do that.
LFMAO is a
radio station.
A radio station.
Yeah. Anyway, it's every time the ghost story is in 2013 or something, I lose my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if you could,
Party Rock Anthem was on the radio.
Like you've got Call Me Maybe. you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You're listening to Iggy Azalea.
Oh my God.
And so like,
Talk
it's
about a
strange to
ghost
me.
of the 2010s.
You're like, I wish I heard that Somebody I Used to Know song more again, like last summer. It just feels strange.
Yeah.
I like when ghost stories are like the 60s before cell phones.
It is. I also do tend to like those, but this one was 2013.
Yeah.
And so from this point on, we're going to kind of get into a first-person type storytelling.
I was 19. I'm going to die. I'm going to die soon. I'm going to be a ghost soon. I'm so old.
I don't know. Is that...
Turn the episode off. Turn the fucking cameras
off.
off.
Well, that's...
This sucks.
That's Killian's existential
Don't
crisis.
say years anymore
I'm
on the
going
show.
to ring the Killian alarm. So I appreciate a first-person story because even if they're unhinged and deranged, I would still appreciate that than like some say if you go to the bathroom, there's a phantom poop in the toilet.
This is sort of first of all, gross. Second of all, this is sort of a unique problem for me. But I don't always love first-person stories because sometimes I'll be really mean to them and then they say something sad about their personal life and then I feel bad. Like I was pretty mean to the lady who saw Annabelle and got scared.
Oh, Marisa.
But then she had like a really tough time of it after, and so I felt a little guilty after that. I kind of like,
Yeah.
threw a couple sucker punches early in the round. I don't know. So I like when there's a little bit of attachment, so I can kind of riff freely.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say I'll tread carefully. I'm gonna be pretty mean to these people.
It's okay.
Right away.
I as the editor, I save you from any sort of flack you might.
And this is a
receive.
Chicago ghost, so it just steals a sausage and
A Chicago
it gets
ghost?
mad. It gets mad if you put mustard on a hot dog or whatever the fuck they have, whatever their problem is over there.
They hate when you put ketchup on
I
a
don't
hot
care.
dog. Shout out to
I couldn't care less,
Shout out
brother.
to Guest Binker Cal, who also hates when you put ketchup on a hot dog.
Okay, well, how about you put the sauce in the right part of the pizza? Okay.
Oh damn.
How about you put the sauce where it goes on the pizza instead of fucking worrying about other people's problems?
Shots fired. I need a shots fired, but
Cal-
I guess I got that one.
Did you just say Cal's from Chicago?
No.
Oh, okay. We did a whole Baltimore riff.
Yeah,
when
no,
Cal was here.
but Cal believes in the Chicago style dog where there's no ketchup on
Okay.
on a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's a really hotly debated topic between us.
Yeah, between society at large, I'd say.
Yeah. So I will just say, Ursula seems like a nice person and has a lot of experience with these ghosts.
This is Ursula's story.
This is Ursula's
Okay.
story.
That makes sense.
I knew exactly where I wanted to go on that first visit because over many years I had been approached via letter, phone call, and email about close encounters in, of all places, the women's restroom in the Lion House basement. Time after time, women report having used the facility.
Sorry, I'm laughing in advance of being like, I guess I got to go into the women's locker room to find this ghost. It's like a shitty 80s comedy.
Her
the most
full
haunted
team of
place.
men.
He's drilling a hole in the wall. He's like, gotta find the ghost in there.
It's Fred.
Arrested.
It's Fred from Scooby Doo, and he's like, "Guess I got to go into the women's room."
Okay, easy. Or it would have been funny also if she was like, "Oh, the most haunted place." Right behind home plate at Wrigley Field. I guess I got to get some tickets for the game.
Time after time, women report having used the facility and while washing their hands or applying makeup, seeing in the mirrors men and women dressed in Victorian clothing. That's a Ghost Binker red flag. That's Bink worthy.
I hate when they describe the clothing so much.
Victorian clothing is just kind of like the stereotype that everyone thinks of when they hear a ghost.
I just don't trust a Chicago marketing girlie to tell me what she saw in the mirror of a bathroom she was applying makeup in.
That's fair.
I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't do it. It just feels like you're in a big bathroom mirror. You're scared in the park or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Whatever.
very shortly we will actually get into the logistics of the bathroom. There's something unique
There's
about
some
it.
incredibly stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
I also gosh, it's so exhausting having to argue against ghosts, man. Because you got to be like, you didn't see a spirit.
You should just go with the flow.
You didn't see a specter in the toilet.
Let the river Styx take you.
I wish it would. I'm old now. 2013.
On the night of the first investigation that summer, myself and another investigator entered the restroom and were immediately struck by the layout of the room. Rows of sinks lined the two walls parallel to each other. Above the sinks were rows of mirrors, creating an infinity effect from the two walls of mirrors facing each other. So basically, you're looking at the back of your head in the mirror
also,
behind you.
My theory of like every ghost is a weird room you're not used to being in is like, it's a great theory.
It's pretty,
You're in mirror hell. Also, where are the toilets in this fucking bathroom?
I don't know.
This sounds like a men's room layout.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, just in case one of the dads couldn't see your dick, Here's the perfect layout.
Here's a behind and in front.
I don't know.
view.
The first time when you're like, okay, I'm 7. I've just learned what a penis is. It's time for me to pull mine out with 19 other grown men at this
trough.
at this baseball weird ice trough that smells like piss and has gum in it.
Well, because all the urinals up to that point were training urinals where there were walls dividing you.
The first time someone was like, piss in this trough, they should have been like, no. Put up a urinal and put some little walls between it, you idiot.
I would assume that like this bathroom layout is probably like sinks and mirrors, and then if you go deeper into the bathroom, it's probably stalls or something.
I
on
also
both
like
sides.
I imagined like 25 sinks and mirrors.
Me
and
too.
It's probably 3 or 4. I'm realizing now.
Probably,
but in my brain it was like 20 rows of mirrors and sinks, and so it's got to be like 3 or 4, and then 3 or 4 rows of toilets.
Yeah, I also 100% saw at least like seven like mirrors like facing
I saw
each
like
other.
a hallway that was just sinks and mirrors.
It's a hall of mirrors. It's not even a bathroom.
No, it's
people get lost in there. They just have to use the bathroom in there. So most paranormal investigators will concur that mirrors are one of those things like salt or water that have some definite power in the world.
Salt
of
or
the
water?
Preternatural.
Well,
we know
second
water.
and third most plentiful like chemicals on Earth. Are you kidding me?
2 of which are in one location.
Like what the fuck?
Or 7 locations around the world, very large locations, oceans.
Well, also like seas and
Yeah.
all kinds of different things. You know, my pool.
Well, your pool,
My saltwater pool.
If you grew up and had a saltwater pool,
I'm very wealthy, so
we know water. We've talked about water before. Water holds on to energies.
Yeah.
Salt, I feel like, is supposed to repel. Doesn't salt repel?
well, you throw it over your shoulder to get rid of bad curses.
Yeah, I don't
witches and stuff.
I don't claim to be like knowledgeable about ghosts.
I think we do. I think we both do a little bit with our hubris and our attitude, our smirking attitude.
Maybe a little bit.
I also just like so okay. Maybe this is stupid. Maybe this is a stupid thing. Maybe I'm not thinking big enough. But like a mirror is just a piece of glass and some reflective material.
Yes.
Like I don't really get why it's like suddenly spiritual to have a piece of glass. Like what makes, I don't know. I guess people think cameras are fucking ghost catchers too. It feels strange to me to have like this shiny rock as a ghost rock now.
Well, have you ever looked in the mirror at night?
Yeah.
We talked about this on
I have.
our first
Yeah, I
ever
do.
episode.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Whatever, man.
It's scary.
You have to grow up.
Your mirror person is there.
You have to become an adult.
They're moving 1 millisecond after you because they're not actually mirroring you perfectly.
Are tired. Have a coffee.
I got to go back to bed. I got out of bed because I had to pee, and it's only 4 o'clock, so I still have time to sleep. So this is one of the parts, though. This is where I had a little fun reading this part because this is new lore for me. I had never heard of this before. Steeped in folklore, these items really do seem to have some importance in the realm of paranormal experience.
By these items, you mean water.
Mirrors. Or mirrors, water, salt,
Okay.
all these things.
Calling water an item is a bit much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Whatever. My bottle of water is an item. It's a totem. It's a spirit totem.
It is now.
Great.
One theory is that entities can easily be trapped in mirrors. Presumably, the spirits enter them to explore the objects they see reflected.
Me with my lead mirror box trapping hundreds of ghosts.
But suddenly, they find themselves engulfed in blackness on the other side of the mirror's glass, essentially inside the mirror. So a curious little ghost, little can is floating around.
You're suggesting that my cat Pikachu is smarter than every ghost.
I don't
Because
know.
she's like, that's me in there. It's shiny glass. It's
I think
me. She doesn't think it's another cat.
Some cats don't
No, I know.
understand that.
But I'm saying specifically,
Yeah.
Pikachu is smarter than every ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, little can is floating around, and he goes, oh, I'll do the voice because he was going to be on this episode.
Yeah.
I left the allergy medicine open, and I think he got into it, and
150 of them.
he is knocked the fuck out. He will not wake up.
Yeah, he is gurgling slightly in the corner there.
Like you can see him right there. He's not moving. He's got the 1,000.
His eyes are extra bug-eyed this episode.
So I'll do the voice for him,
just
but
to make sure.
he's floating along, and he's like, oh wow, look, there's stuff in the mirror, and then he goes to like grab it, and then he gets sucked in, and he's like, help, I'm trapped.
So the ghost goes in. The ghost can go into the mirror, but it gets stuck like facing the wall. Is that what you're suggesting?
I guess.
Because it can't just see that you're out there and come back out.
Yeah.
So it gets permanently stuck in there, or can it retreat? Why does it not see what
Maybe
it saw in there?
if you take it off, if you take the mirror off the wall, maybe
Yeah.
you can.
This is
set it
also,
free.
by the way, this is 2 JoJo's Bizarre Adventure villains. So I'm well versed in mirror fighting techniques.
Okay.
The key is if you accidentally shatter the mirror, the ghost can jump between. It has more surfaces to jump off of.
Whoa.
But you can eventually catch it in like a falling raindrop and kill it because it has nowhere to jump to. You know? Yeah.
Okay, that's how you killed this ghost in the mirror.
That's how I got him.
So yeah, that's a ghost rule.
Yeah.
The mirrors.
This works the opposite way as well. My friend Colleen Nadas, a medium, likes to build and use a tool called the Devil's Toybox.
Is she gonna do what I said? The mirror lead box?
Honestly,
That's rad.
it feels a little more cruel, which is a kind of ghost trap comprised of a cube made of inward-facing square mirrors, securely taped together.
That's what I was thinking of. Like a lead box with inward state mirrors, and you just like snap it closed on the ghost and like fuck him up in there.
Investigators use contact microphones to record sounds from inside the box, believing that if a spirit attempts to investigate, it'll find itself trapped because of the mirrors and start to make a fuss. So
Okay, yeah, so that's bogus, right? We can agree that putting contact microphones inside of a box and being surprised they jangle around is
Are they shaking the box around?
you know they're shaking the fucking box
'Cause that's
around.
so mean to the ghost.
Or these microphones are so unbelievably hot that just the existing makes them activate sometimes.
Well, contact microphones we're getting into Trevor territory.
They're the most secure of all microphones.
They just like pick up the sound that it's like conducted through
yeah, they pick
the solid.
They pick up the sound of essentially like also nothing. Like any surface will conduct them.
Yeah.
So they pick up anything.
Well,
like,
because like
to do a quick little science lesson, solids conduct
the vibrations of sound. Yeah.
heat, all sorts of different
Yeah.
energy, the best out of air, water, or air, liquid, and solid.
And it just so happens contact microphones are touching solids.
Yeah.
So they get a lot more.
And
They get a lot more
and
sound.
anything that touches it at any point, which also includes like other sound waves traveling through the air and stuff,
Yeah.
can hit that solid that you might even not be like fully hearing. They also usually have a pretty high gain floor contact microphones. Like they're pretty touchy. They're pretty hot to trot usually, because they're used for like specific applications. They're not used for like whatever.
They're used for wires.
a lot of fucking ghost microphones just have the highest gain you ever heard in your life.
Yeah.
A fucking a bug lands 600 feet away and the thing explodes.
We still have to try that. We have to do that ourselves.
we gotta
still.
imprison a couple ghosts in our macabre
Oh my
machinations.
god! I kind of want to make a ghost box.
Our
now.
unbelievable machinations.
Devil's toy box.
That's also crazy to call Devil's Toy Box.
I know.
We're all like, geez.
And she
Okay.
knows she's being cruel to these
Yeah.
ghosts.
I don't get any of this. All this doesn't make any sense to me, really. But we can keep going.
That's all right.
I guess we'll just plow on through.
Sometimes this fussing leads to a great electronic voice phenomena, or EVP. Recordings of the voices.
is this the Devil's Toy Box? God damn it. not again, motherfucker.
I should have paid attention. I fell for this already.
I should have known that when the 4 mirrors pointing at each other in a regular fucking room. God fucking damn it.
Well, recordings of the voices of the angry or frightened ghosts, or knocking sounds from inside the box.
These are Chicago ghosts. Sorry. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
God damn
Oh,
it.
fucking God. Oh, shit.
Are you kidding me,
Who
dude?
put my fucking sausages over there? God fucking damn it.
I have a hard time telling the difference between
It took me 20 minutes to get into that
a
one. so it's
Chicago,
tough.
New York, and Boston. Like, I can conceptualize them. When I say it, it's a mix of like Boston and New York.
It started British for a second, man. We're just in accent hell right now. It's fine.
We're in the devil's
I
accent toy box.
went in the mirror toy box earlier, so I'm a little fucked up still from that.
In the zoo's lion house, we instantly theorized that entities were routinely finding themselves stuck in these mirrors due to the effect created by the rows of mirrors facing each other.
Wait, so
This is tough. I think this is
are they
whack as hell.
implying that the mirrors are sucking them in as
I
they
think
walk
I think so.
by?
Like you're in the mirror and you're like, I gotta get out of this mirror, and you thwunk out the mirror right into the other mirror on the opposite side. So once
because
you go
of
in a
the-
mirror, you
the
just keep ping ponging back and forth. But like everyone who stands in front of a mirror is gonna get a fucking ghost sucked off their head, and the ghost hits you, but it can't tell. But it can tell when it hits the mirror.
Yeah,
I don't believe in mirrors as like a special spiritual object.
that's fair.
If a wall isn't a spiritual object, a fucking mirror isn't either. How's that?
It could be the reaction.
A mirror is just a
between
wall.
The glass
mind.
and the metal.
In my sick and twisted world, mirrors are just walls.
Mirrors are magic.
No.
in folklore
They're
and
not. No, they're not magic and folklore. Shut the fuck up. I hate when people on this podcast just say shit to me. Okay.
that's kind of my job.
I know. Salt is the ghost power. Salt is the ghostliest rock of all.
Technically, it's a mineral.
Is half of chlorine gas ghost trapping? You know?
Chlorine is just the flatulence of ghosts.
You know, that's my question.
So now we have a section called EVPs. So we have some specific EVPs from this night.
Hey, let me out of here. This world sucks. Hey, what the fuck? Let me out of this fucking box.
There's the cute one, and then there's the God.
And Nadas is like, you're stuck in the devil's toy box now, baby.
Your mind starts shaking them around.
Oh, fuck, let me out.
Anecdotes.
Oh, yeah, this one's fucking screaming. They just got the microphone hooked up.
Oh, we got a screamer.
Let me out.
Anecdotes collected from the zoo staff confirmed that staff members had also experienced encounters here, especially hearing a man's voice commanding, "Get out." Amazingly, when I set up my laptop and began to record for EVP, within a minute I picked up a stern male voice warning, "Get out, there's a woman here."
Okay, I don't care. Whatever. Cool, man. Thanks for defending the purity of the fucking women's bathroom, you loser. But also, why are these ghosts mad about people being there?
Because
No, but they're already dead by the time they go to the cemetery.
A future visit by a medium confirmed that one of the male spirits had taken on the task of keeping men, dead and alive, out of the woman's restroom.
I've talked about this before. If you're a ghost and you get a job, you're a loser. You can do anything, don't get a job. But also, like, why were ghosts here anyway? Because, like, it was a cemetery.
Yeah.
And so they were already dead. So wherever they died is where the ghost should be. And then their body gets thrown in the cemetery. The ghost is like, oh, I gotta go with my body. And then he's like, oh, now I gotta defend the new bathroom they built on my body.
This might lead us back to our Mercy Lena Brown retroactive ghosting theory.
Yeah, the retroactive ghosting
where, you know, Mercy probably
if they
moved on, but then they desecrated her fucking heart, and then she came back to be a ghost.
They just built a fucking zoo 800 feet above their heads in a flat park.
All their headboards were gone. No one was paying respects anymore. There's a lot of theories as to why these ghosts are back. Oh, a ghost just turned our green thing off.
I don't even know what turned off. I didn't look over in time.
Oh my God, I just got chills.
Yeah,
the ghost. I said ghosts are back, and then the light turned off.
I know, that's scary. It's definitely not that everything you put up around here disintegrates.
It's also, I think it just ran out of battery.
No, I think the ghost was doing that to our fucking screens for 6 months.
So yeah, basically this guy. Yeah. I think he
has a job.
He's a little perv.
Yeah, no, I know.
I think he's a little.
Yeah,
he's telling other guys.
You're in the way. I'm trying to jack off in Ghostland.
He's telling other guys to get out, but he's a guy too.
No, exactly.
Get out.
Yeah.
So, I don't like that ghost.
Noted. Hey, I got a great solution for this ghost you don't like. I got this little box, this toy box we can put him in.
I think that is. Ghosts being real or not, assuming that ghosts would be real.
Don't torture your ghosts, people.
That's the cruelest fucking thing you could do.
Not us. Look, I love your work as a medium. You gotta stop imprisoning ghosts in the devil's toy box. This is crazy. How much damage are you doing to their spirit?
As we continued our investigation, I gotta fix my microphone. As we continued our investigation, I took several series of photographs down the row of stalls leading to the end of the facility.
Several series of... She took 800 photographs of these
basically
4 bathroom stalls?
Yeah. Oh.
We're getting haunted today.
What the fuck is happening? Is this because the Annabelle podcast?
I think we're getting spooked today.
And it's not Can because Can is
on flu medication.
he's conked out.
He took 97 Claritin D and he's all fucked up now.
I'm not gonna lie, that was really weird. I tightened this as much as it would go, and it's like completely unraveled now.
Yeah. Do you want me to play along?
Wait, play along.
That's scary. That's really scary.
This happened.
Yeah, Trev,
you saw it happen.
Trev, you definitely didn't loosen them up beforehand. Scary. Also, those things don't fucking stay tight.
I hate the fucking pop filter.
But also the little turny wheels.
Yeah.
These things are made to fucking fail at a critical moment, you know?
All right, I'll just hold on to the pop filter. It's fine. So yeah, she took a series of photographs down the stalls. During investigations, I like to take 50 to 100 photos or more of each location to see if any of the frames contain an anomaly.
Asked and answered, frankly.
There you go.
Thanks for the info.
When I played back the recording,
We got a pro here though, for real. I think she's recording the room and taking photographs.
Oh yeah.
I think we got a straight up pro.
Professional, yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she's bringing a psychic who's trapping ghosts,
And
so-
she was specifically asked to like run paranormal investigations.
Like,
here.
but I'm saying, I'm impressed with her
professionalism.
at the very least. Yeah, I'm not necessarily. The company she keeps might be a little macabre, you know.
Yeah.
This sort of imprisonment type behavior, but everything else is really professional.
So when I played back the recording done during this time, I found that one of the male entities was a bit angry that I wasn't paying much attention to him, as the area I was photographing.
What's the? Oh, he's an exhibitionist. He's like, I'm jerking off in the bathroom, and
it's that same guy.
Yeah,
because he clearly says, "Will you look at me?" Which is kind of fucking gross. Look over here.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
As is typical with most investigators, I asked if there was anything I could do for the entities who remained in this spot. The same voice, now with a tinge of sadness, answered, "Help me with leaving." When I asked if there was anything the spirits wanted to tell us about their time on Earth, one can make out the sound of a lion's roar and the same voice saying, "I miss it."
Okay, the lion feels like a zoo thing.
No, he was imitating the lion.
No, I feel like the zoo was being.
This
but
is-
also, he would have been buried before the lion, right? Because the zoo is built on top of that.
Yeah, maybe it was
Maybe he
just
just likes
maybe it was just a
It does feel
roaring
like the lion
lion
just roared kind of at
at the
distance.
same time.
Yeah. Also, I know these aren't real ghosts because none of them asked about the Cubs. Did they win yet? And you're like, this is 2013, so no.
I'm sorry to tell you, sir.
No, not for another
Not yet.
3 years. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
I think that maybe this was the ghost of a lion. I miss it.
I realized when I opened my mouth, like, can't do a roar. Can't do it's hard.
It's Aslan from
I'm Jesus
Narnia.
Christ. I am a lion, but also Jesus Christ.
And I miss being alive.
You know what's good? Christianity. That's Aslan from the lion. You didn't know that? He's like a straight up
No,
Jesus.
I didn't know
I mean,
that.
he's like a very clear Jesus. He dies and comes back.
Oh.
But like the books are very Christian.
I gotta watch Narnia. I can't read it.
You don't have to
I
watch.
can't read it. I'll watch it.
You don't have to watch the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Sounds great.
You also don't have to watch Prince Caspian, whatever the other one is.
Oh,
Those are also books 3 and 4.
Yeah,
they
they
started
skipped
with 3
2.
and 4.
They
They
skipped
skipped
2.
1 and 2. Because
Wait, The Lion, the Witch, and the
Wardrobe
Wardrobe
is 3.
is 1, I thought.
3. One is like a very Adam and Eve
what
type.
the hell?
Yeah, they're very Christian. Even as a kid, I was like, these are Christian books.
Well, all right. I guess I don't need to read them then.
It's me, the Jesus Lion. Don't look at the man masturbating in the corner. He's a ghoul also.
So on another visit to that bathroom, Ursula took about 60 pictures in quick sequence.
She is fucking canvassing.
Yeah.
She is covering the fucking
She is
room.
shotgun bursting with these pictures. Tommy gun, so to speak.
Yeah.
In one of the pictures, she found a shadowy figure.
Okay, well, you took 100 fucking photos, girl.
Yeah.
There was a point where, like, you got to get something pretty clear when you take that many photos, because, like, I feel like the act of taking that many photos is fucking up the photos somehow,
Well,
you know what I mean?
I will say,
You're jamming, you're moving, settings are turning on and off, you're taking so many photos, you know?
part of my day job is photographer, and I will sometimes just hold down that shutter button if if something's going quickly.
I feel like, though, if you say I'm taking 50 to 100 photos, you have to be, like, separate instances of photo. I don't think she's setting an automatic shutter to, like,
Yeah.
I think she's taking these as she walks around and
yeah,
stuff.
she said quick sequence, so she is probably going like.
Yeah, but I would guess she's doing a little bit of that. I'd be worried that with that many photos being taken, that there's just some kind of like a flash got kicked on and shouldn't have, or you caught the end of this thing, or what. There's also another person there with her, right? You know, so maybe it caught something they did or
Well,
something.
so she has an explanation,
It's
and
just
then
the other person is entombing spirits in the in the prison. I forgot.
so she has an explanation, and then I have a little Trev camera nerd analysis right
sick!
after.
I really need someone to bring up like 20th century set theory, or like, or like musical serialism.
musical
You know,
theory.
I need someone to bring up the acoustic series so I can be like, no, you know, but it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, or someone to talk about baseball, I guess.
Yeah. Who knows? The Cubs.
The ghost said, and then it says a wrong theory by Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm like, that's not true.
Only this photo showed the image. The other investigators with me attempted to recreate the shadow by standing against
Plural?
the opposite wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe you anymore.
Out of view, but could not. So they tried to recreate the shadow, which I appreciate the attempt. I appreciate the attempt at not jumping to conclusions.
Also, every time I learn that there's one more person in the room than I thought, I'm like, oh, no ghost anymore.
It was that person.
It was that guy whispering. Yeah. Sorry, EVP was that guy mumbling.
So my Trev...
You brought Mumbly Joe along and he wouldn't stop mumbling.
Mumbly Joe. My Trev camera nerd analysis is obviously I don't want to bink a legally obligated shadow person, but she didn't specify her camera settings or like what they were doing to recreate the shadow. It's possible that she had the camera on a lower shutter speed, especially like if they're in a dark room with like minimal light, you would definitely need a lower shutter speed. She's shooting in quick succession, so it could have been that someone was like casting a shadow and they moved while the shutter was flicking.
So it's actually two shadows composited into one.
Yeah, like it smears the shadow.
That's sort of what I was talking about, because I don't want to assume that these people don't have like camera knowledge, because it's not true of everyone. Some people really learn the stuff they have, but a lot of people learn to get pretty good with photos without actually ever needing to like dig into settings or anything.
Yeah,
like they just have a good eye for composition, and that'll kind of carry them in photo taking. So they're like, oh, I can take pretty competent photos, and they never like learn about all this stuff. And then so a lot of their settings are on auto. Yeah, and when your settings are on auto, like just like you move your hand a certain way and you make a shadow and it adjusts the aperture or like the exposure on the shadow you've made, and it changes the whole thing of what your camera's doing now. So you can kind of create all these situations where the settings will change without you realizing it, and you're taking the same photos in the same location, but actually under very different circumstances that you're not aware of because you're just taking on auto.
And I can do you one better with like thinking cameras and like just not being deep enough. When I first started getting into videography, I knew like, oh, if you adjust the shutter speed, it gets the brightness, but also if you do the aperture, it does the brightness. I didn't realize that lower shutter speed would make things smeary and high aperture would make things just like very crisp.
Yeah.
So when you have the two, it's like a weird crisp smeary thing going on.
Yeah.
The worst part about this, though, this is the biggest sin, is she didn't share the image in the article, so I can't even look at it to like be like, oh, maybe I was wrong.
That to me, no offense. Again, if this isn't true and she just was like, oh, I couldn't fit it on the website, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I feel like if you've got an image or you've got a video and you don't share it.
Please share it.
It just kind of makes me feel like you maybe know you don't got something. The fucking school, the high school last week shared a fucking cobweb moving in front of a camera. As if Jesus Christ came up and blessed the whole locker set.
Even Peter Muiz shared his fully white photo.
To be fair, Peter might have gone into Photoshop and just set this a blank canvas.
But like at least he mentioned it.
It's got to be
still
Muse
shared it.
Also, man.
Maybe
it's got to be Muse, right? Are there eyes in there or Use?
It's just Muise.
It's got to be Muse.
I mean, I'm illiterate, so I don't know how to read. After several hours of research and experiment, we decided to call it a night and began to disable and back up our equipment. I would say that generally, when an investigator ends an investigation and says goodbye before turning off a recording device, the entities tend to scramble to say more, especially to give more pleas for help. Not so in the case of this location. In response to my invitation,
is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
The sound of footfalls could be heard, along with the words, "Turn out the light, good night."
No. Okay, well, why don't you just, easy, play the audio clip she attached.
Oh, yeah, hold on. It's not there.
Turn out the light, good night. Wow, it's very crisp and clear. Again, like maybe you got to pay for a Patreon to get the audio clips or something, but I feel like if you got the audio clips, stick them in there, girl. Show me, make me look like a fool. Yeah. Because right now it kind of sounds like it didn't sound like that clearly. Also, again, a lot of these, sometimes you hear them and you're like, oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it said. It's never like, hey, turn out the light, toots. And also, are the Cubbies going to win this night? I want to know.
Yeah.
I got a few money on the game. It's always just like, and they're like, oh, wow. He said, oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, okay. He said, I want my mama. And you hear back, and you're like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I guess.
I think, actually, it would be kind of fun for us to make our own sounds with our mouth, just going like, and see if we can turn the gain high enough that we just hear other words.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be kind of a fun game.
Honestly, part of it is if you just listen to any clip and just replay it 10 times, you'll start to hear a pattern in it, and then you can assign the words. And then when you show it to someone else, they'll hear the words much more clearly.
That's what I did last week with
them,
the spooky ghost recording.
Yeah.
I heard like we have a garden or something.
Yeah. Well, because you hear like, and you go, and you hear that, and then you're like, so it's me.
Oh, fuck.
And you're like, oh, so it's me.
You were saying so it's me the whole time.
You can it makes you feel that way because you had the words first.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's like when you see subtitles and they're wrong, and your brain breaks for a second because you hear the person like on TV, like you hear the person like say like, "Oh, I was going to the bathroom," and like it says, "I was going to the barf room."
You were so fucking bad at that fake subtitle generation. You had nothing prepped for that. That was crazy. What do you mean going to the bar from? Who would say that in a sitcom? What the fuck is wrong with you?
But your brain goes, what the fuck?
Yeah, your brain does freak out when it doesn't match up or whatever.
Yeah.
But like when you're prepped to hear something, you're way more likely to hear it. You know, or whatever. It's why before you show someone your penis, you should be like, look at my big penis I'm unveiling, and then they're kind of like they're already prepped to see a big one. So when your regular ass penis flops out, they're like, wow.
Oh yeah,
I guess a big one.
Or they feel crazy because they're like,
like, it looks regular, but like I can't. It must be. They said it.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to night 2, and I'm going to kind of skim through this one a little bit quicker because it's a little less, how I say, je ne sais quoi.
Also, bathroom ghost, but no funny pooping or
no
toilet
funny
flushing.
pooping. This is
Gotta have a toilet flush at least in the bathroom.
This is the
ghost.
section that kind of undoes a lot.
You hate
of
this shit.
Any suspension of disbelief that I had.
Suspension of the baby.
Any suspension of the baby that I had or was willing to give kind of got lost on this part.
Yeah.
Lincoln Park Zoo was one of the most important centers for primate research in the world, named for a former zoo director and world-renowned ape researcher.
Chester Bennington.
Today, the Lester E. Fisher Center for the Study and Conservation of Apes brings together researchers and organizations from around the world. So the place was named after this guy. They had this great ape house open in 1976. Dr. Fisher's office was actually in there, but it's no longer used as just a historic structure. Now, Dr. Fisher, of this writing, is very much alive. However, often we find that when someone is passionately tied to a location for many years, their voice, their smell, and even their physical form can leave a lasting impression.
At best, that means there's no ghosts in the world, right? Like if you're saying
it
that
kind
someone,
of just redefines what a ghost is.
I'm saying if you're saying that someone like it's just an echo of a person.
Yeah.
So then why are you trying to fucking talk to the ghost if it's just an echo of a person?
And why are they talking back?
Yeah, and also it's crazy to have to be like, oh, this is a ghost of an alive guy.
That's part of why I started going, okay, well, I don't know
honestly,
anymore.
At this point, I'm waiting for you to say the phrase "in the end" so I can sing the song, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I'm doing. I hope Lester is like, when I think back to what I've done with the apes, I can be like, what I've done. That's all I got, because otherwise, I don't believe in the alive guy ghost.
With his intense connection to the zoo and to primate research here, would we find that Dr. Fisher, upon retirement, had left a part of himself behind in the end?
In the end, got so far.
So,
what
the believer in me doesn't even want to believe this. That's like how bogus I think this theory is.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
The first night we had
gone so far.
I not to bink again, but prematurely. I can bink later. I take issue with them recording with a laptop. Laptop mics fucking suck.
Oh, the microphone is a laptop microphone?
I don't know. They just said we set up a laptop to record.
Okay, hopefully they mean with a USB mic put in it, because otherwise that's crazy.
I would hope so, but just at that point, you might as well just get a portable recorder.
At that point, you're not attaching the audio clips to anything. Just fucking say it happened. Who cares? Don't bring a laptop into a room.
That first night, we set up a laptop computer to record for EVP in Fisher's old office space. We left the laptop inside, closing the door and going on to investigate elsewhere. Since we were not trying to communicate with an intelligent entity, but simply pick up residual sounds, there was no need for us to remain and ask questions, which is the usual method of collecting EVP from discarnate entities. I'm holding back laughter, thinking about them finding an echo of Dr. Fisher cheating on his wife. And they just...
Oh, Melinda.
They just come back to
Your
just...
skin's so soft. We don't need to tell Beth about this.
Because they're just.
I heard you want to get transferred to the other primate wing. I could maybe help you with that.
Oh no!
This poor guy. He's like, I don't sound like that. I love great apes, and
I know. Yeah,
and I'm very devoted to my wife.
Dr. Fisher again was very much alive in 2019, so I'm sure he's still alive. We're not saying you do this, Dr. Fisher. Just the idea is, I love the idea of them like being like, what kind of echoes can we find? It is something extremely embarrassing.
Yeah.
Disappointingly, we did not pick up any voices from Fisher's office.
In the end,
but
it
we
didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter. We did find that the laptop had mysteriously ended the recording and started 2 successive ones. A truly impossible feat with no one in the locked room to stop and start the recording button.
Say you're in the end of the recording process. This shit sucks.
If I were to try to explain that one, I would think that maybe there's just like some sort of glitch in the program that like it didn't stop and start it per se, but it like broke the file.
Maybe they were, breaking the habit of recording at the right time.
Yeah.
Oh.
See that one? I didn't get that one. Yeah, I don't know that one.
I'll paint it on the walls. Lester's going to ghost around.
So they moved on to the larger primate house to investigate with, I believe, the same medium from before.
Yeah, they went to the larger primate house.
Yeah.
Because they needed a little room to breathe.
So the medium picked up some child energy.
Yeah, I totally out on this one. Like this part of it is I'm in the clouds right now.
It's about to get even
this
more
shit matters
fun.
0% to me. A child? Is he what? His kid? He brought his kids to work one day.
Well,
and they saw a monkey and they were so happy that they got permanently ghosted.
I would think maybe the child got Harambe'd, but there was not enough. There was not enough
Harambe'd a kid.
There wasn't enough news back then for the nation to know about it.
That was Cincinnati, not Chicago. Thank God. Thank God. If they tried to use Harambe, to sell their article, I'd be pissed.
That would be crazy. So the child energies was kind of irrelevant. At one point, Ursula was listening to an earlier recording, but she had to turn it off because there was a loud shrieking that she thought was a lemur.
Monkey yelling.
So she went to reunite with her group, her relatively large group. I'm going to say that right now. It was a big group. To tell whoever was agitating the animals to stop.
No. But no one was. Your idiot friends didn't know they were agitating a lemur.
How did you
Your
know?
friends are stupid. Also, I don't feel like animals need that much provocation to do a little fucking noise once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes they like to screech.
I'm a
on their
lemur,
own.
I'm bored, I'm like,
But when she opened the door to the room, the screeching stopped, and not a single person in the group had heard the screeching, and the recordings didn't pick it up.
Shut the fuck. Oh, okay, whatever. Cool. The lemur's trying to sing Break in Linkin Park by himself, and you're fucking interrupting him.
This last part,
maybe there's a bird on top of the building you were in, and they didn't hear it because they were talking. I don't know. Whatever.
That is
whatever,
a
man.
possibility.
No, it's a ghost streak.
This last part, I'm reading. I'm gonna read specifically just so I can do some accents.
Yeah, I missed the history part of this podcast.
Later that evening, I sat on the floor against the wall, recording with my laptop and softly asking questions of any entities that might be present, asking,
How many are here?
I received the answer,
many, like me. That was one of the.
It's me.
And we're all here. I then asked, are you an animal or a keeper?
In response, a male voice with an Australian accent responded,
who cares?
When I asked if there were any animals or humans from another country, a voice responded, I've been so many places.
Also, what? Any ghosts here from other countries, and it's like, arigatou gozaimasu. Hajimemashite. Kubo-san. And you're like, okay, this ghost is from Japan. Wow, look at him.
That'd be kind of cool.
Bonjour. And you're like, this ghost is from France. Look at him.
I would hope that if animals could talk, they would speak in whatever language of the country they're native to. Because that wouldn't make sense of a panda speaking English. That would not make sense.
The fucking tiger's like, hey, kitten.
Oh,
it's
no.
Me. Daddy's home.
That's too literal. That's a pedophile tiger.
Hey, Trev, what would the panda talk like? You know what I call that? I call it the devil's mirror box, baby.
Hey, yo, who took all my bamboo stalks? That's what the panda sounds like.
Hey, Trevor, what would an animal from Mexico sound like? You're stuck in the mirror, the eternal mirrors.
I think I'm allowed to do that one because I'm ethnically ambiguous. So this particular clip is an example of an entity using an investigator's voice to create words, as this voice sounds like mine, but of course with the unnatural rhythm so common to EVP. So basically she's saying it's a recording of my voice, but if you listen between the recording,
I'm hearing an echo or like her talking, right?
Probably.
Okay,
unfortunately, this was also not included in the article.
Oh, I thought you were going to play something.
Nope.
Okay. Well, then it didn't even happen. How's that? I'll do you one better. You don't even have a clip. How's that? I dare you. Put it out for free, you know?
I will admit I didn't have enough time to really like search socials and like track her down and see if it's somewhere on the internet. But please just put it in the article, because then I can share it.
Convince me.
Yeah.
You know?
I really wanted to be able to prove something.
Also,
here.
like, yeah, I don't. Okay, you have like a worldly ghost tour you're doing now, where they're like from different places or whatever.
Yeah.
Or is it just one guy who's been to? He's like, yeah, I've been to a bunch of places. They're like, where? He's like, Jamaica, Aruba, France. You know, there's a guy who travels a lot. I don't know. Also, none of the ghosts asked about the Cubs or the White Sox yet, which feels crazy to me.
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong?
One.
Have the Cubbies won yet? Good, I might have the Cubbies won yet.
No, sorry. I have one fun little bonus. This article is done, but I have one little fun bonus from Illinois Haunted Houses, which basically it's one of those sites.
Kind of out of their depth here a little bit, frankly.
A little bit.
Not Illinois Haunted Parks.
It's one of those sites where you just like replace like the location with another
Boston Haunted Houses.
Yeah. So Illinois Haunted Houses just lists locations and gives a very brief description, and then it allows people to like leave a review
Add a comment
and comment.
Hell yeah. I love the sickos commenting on stuff.
So this one is, I think this is fake. Posted on 10/28/2022. They gave it 1 out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns.
They hated it.
4 out of 9 people found this helpful. And it says, I have been there many times and I have never seen anything, but who knows? This can be real.
That's so funny. That's very funny.
That's such a weird roller coaster. They gave it one. They gave it 1 jack-o'-lantern.
I guess.
Who knows?
I guess. No offense. That's kind of me, but you know.
I guess.
I guess I never admit something could be real.
Yeah. I guess it's more me.
But it is very funny to come out of the gate so strong and to leave a 1 star.
Yeah.
I feel like a 3 star is warranted if you think it might be a ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a 2 at
or
minimum.
a tour for sure.
That feels like a 3-er to me.
Yeah.
Because that was if you're writing a story about ghosts not being real, and half of your sentences are about how ghosts might be real, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, come on.
Now, someone has a direct response to that review.
I hate you.
Titled,
I hope you die.
Titled, regarding, quote, I think this is fake, headline above.
Headline? They think a newspaper writer did that?
It's like the title.
Yeah, they think a fucking newsboy sent that out. Like, come on.
So this was posted 10/6/23, so just under a year later.
Oh my god, there was so much more important shit going on at that point.
3 out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns. So they're still not like a 5, but 2 out of 3 people found this helpful. It doesn't give a name you wish to be known as. So for whoever you are, they're referring to the other person.
They're mad they can't. They're trying to do like the look at the employee's name tag thing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Jenna. Yeah, you think you could maybe help me with my meal because I didn't get what I was supposed to. Jenna, is that okay, Jenna?
While at the zoo, did you interact with anyone other than those you know who attended the zoo with you? Did you smile, wink, talk to anyone else at any time while in the zoo? I ask because I know of 2 people who interacted with others, including carrying on a conversation with them. Had other people witness them have the conversation, and then later the same day found out the person they had the conversation had been dead for over 24 hours in one instance, and in the other had been dead for over 5 years.
I would like this person who left this comment to check themselves into a psychiatric hospital. Now, what the fuck are you talking about? How do you even come to know that information? Imagine if you died right now and someone was like, Trev was dead for 24 hours. I'd be like, huh? Well, how do you know he was dead for 24 hours?
Yeah, that
you
is
idiot. What the fuck? They're like, oh, the coroner measured his blood density. Like, shut up, you idiot. What the fuck is... This is batshit insane.
This next sentence is the best.
It gets worse. Also, the framing of being like, did you smile at anyone? Because that might have been a ghoul. They might have been a terror of your mind.
So for all you know, half the other people you saw that day may have been ghosts.
If you saw 70...
Trust me.
If you saw 70 people, 35 of them statistically are ghosts.
Trust me, they don't all look like traditional ghosts. They look just like you and I.
I think this person might have meant to type this comment about black people. I know you think they're dangerous, but they're just like you and me. And then just got confused. What a crazy thing to say to another human being. And this is frankly, ghost people. This is what you have to deal with when you try and convince me of ghosts. The woman who thinks that every person at a zoo is a ghost. Because I ordered a pretzel and walked away from her because she was annoying me. And then she was like, that person was dead the whole time.
For all
They're
you know,
gone.
half of the people
How
you
do you
saw
find
that
out?
day.
How do you find out someone at the zoo with you had a conversation with has been dead for 20 years?
Yeah.
Like,
I
how
don't
would
know.
you ever figure that out?
How do you track them down?
Hey, I
Like, how
talked
do you-
to a pretzel guy, and they go, that pretzel guy has been dead for over 24 hours. Like, what do you mean?
I was gonna say the only guess I would have would be they talked to a zoo employee and then they talked to another one and they were like, oh, Miles was telling me about the anteaters and the way they yawn is how they stick their tongue out and flex it for a second, and then the other zookeeper is like, Miles died yesterday,
Yeah.
and they're like, what the
He was dead when I talked to him, and actually, right after that conversation, he tripped back and fell into the fucking ante and got eaten because they thought he was a big ant. Also, she's like, yeah, Miles was telling me that Komodo means dragon in Japanese, so it's like ATM machine because it's dragon. And they're like, that's not real. Miles made that up. And they're like, what? He's a ghost. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like if I worked at a zoo and someone was like, I talked to the zookeeper, I'd be like, that zookeeper's been dead for 50 years. I would just send her on a little spiral.
That would be
But anyway,
kinda
I don't know. I don't even know how to address this person, frankly, without being meaner.
Yeah.
It's only getting meaner from here because that's nuts.
So, question about the zoo being haunted. Is this a business interest? 100%.
Does the zoo care?
Absolutely.
Does the zoo do haunted days or whatever?
Well,
Does the zoo know it's haunted is my question. Because obviously the zoo is a business interest of
yeah.
but you could get a capybara and I'll go to your zoo. You don't gotta be haunted.
The person who set up this entire investigation that Ursula did was the zoo events person.
Oh.
So she was like, "Hey, can you come set up
Shout out to her.
a ghost tour?"
Shout out to her. She fucking played a lemur tape in the vent and fucking got this lady
Yeah, maybe.
freaking. I also, sometimes it's the more, I don't know. I am a cynical person. And so a lot of times if
Are
it's
you?
if fuck you. I'm gonna sing a Linkin Park song about how angry I am right now. Shut up. Yeah, I'm a cynical person, and I think that when a ghost hunter is gonna be there, you can make that place pretty haunted, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta tell you, if you came to my house and I was like, we're getting some activity tonight for Ghost Binkers, I would put some shit in the walls.
Yeah.
I would put a little extra haunting in Pikachu. I'd give Pikachu some hot sauce, so she'd be like, "Arr!" and make some weird sounds.
I would rig the light to turn off in the middle of the podcast.
I put my little brother in the attic, and I'd be like, "Go crazy up there, bud! Now's your time to shine." And he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Get out of here! Let me out!"
I mean that's definitely. And if you
Also,
have someone,
there's just a homeless guy outside the bathroom who's like, "Get out of here!"
yeah,
Look at
there's
me.
women in there.
Yeah,
He's actually just talking to his homeless friend.
yeah.
I do agree with that because
Jack off, Jim. Get out of there.
if you want to set up a ghost tour and you want it to be popular, you would want someone to come in earnestly to have a really good ghost
Look, all I'm
experience.
saying is if this is, again, very cynical of me, if you have a ghost tour and no one ever finds a fucking ghost, you can't have a ghost tour anymore.
It's just a tour.
I feel like once you get through 10 ghost tours and no one has ghost experience, you gotta fucking grease the wheels a little bit. You gotta get something moving,
It's just a spooky
You
tour.
gotta knock a fucking cabinet open or something. You gotta go crazy with it because at that point, no one's gonna come. Because you're like, oh, 10 people went on the tour, no one had any ghost experiences.
Fuck.
You gotta fucking shake a lock,
Well, do I have it?
I'm gonna come.
Watch him, he's a comer. And so, it's just, it's why do you have that one also queued up?
I don't know.
Do you have the Kamala? Do not come. That's the sister image of that one.
Yeah, I think I specifically I didn't want both, so I
oh wow,
I chose
didn't pick the woman, huh? What a shot. Yeah. Also, the guy who's alive and is a ghost is crazy to me.
Yeah,
saying that a live man is a ghost is like, frankly, irresponsible. You're damaging the ghost reputation. Because then, you're suggesting a new theory of ghost.
Yes.
And
that's why.
But then it's like, why do I pay special attention to the dead ones if that's how ghosts work? If it's just people who were so loud that their shit bounces around for a while, it's like, why am I paying attention to the dead ghost?
But that's also
he's just the guy who liked the bathroom.
I'm not even willing to put that in our Ghost Binker set of ghost rules.
And also, all of the bathroom. So I kind of just thought of this as I said it out loud. All of the ghosts who are like talking about it being a bathroom and saying "get out" have to have learned that information when they were a ghost, right? I guess unless like a homeless guy died in there, because otherwise, like all the ghosts who died in the fire, for example, wouldn't know there's a bathroom there when they died.
That violates
so they would have had to our rule about
Ghost Binker rule of ghosts not learning new tricks.
Yeah, we have you can't teach an old dog new tricks rule, but for ghouls, and so that would be a fuck up,
And, to be fair, that is one we kind of made up ourselves. But
you made that one.
I'm gonna have to roll the tapes.
No ghost thinks they're dead. They're dead.
That's a good point, yeah.
I feel like none of that. I've never heard of a ghost being like, oh yeah, I'm a ghost.
Yeah, most ghosts
Shit rocks.
usually are just doing the shit that they would do if they were alive.
Can you not learn about new technology if you're a ghost? You don't know you're dead, but do you know, can you like figure out a TV if you fuck around with it long enough?
I guess now I gotta add that to the ghoulish questions. Can you obtain knowledge as a ghost?
You teach an old ghost new trick.
Can you teach an old ghost new tricks? As we established, you can't teach a ghost new tricks, so you forget that every single
I
time.
have to write it on my body like in Memento.
But now I'm confused because so
now she's learned information for sure that there's people in the house. Yeah.
So,
That was for the we were talking about Virginia in the catfish restaurant. Yeah, that was just us.
Just us. I imagined a new person. I imagined a third.
Or not Virginia. Caroline with the freeze dried chives.
Never heard of them. What's that?
I think that's for the best.
Freeze dried.
So
chive? You freeze dried chives?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never had freeze dried chives before.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying the word.
You're not saying what?
I'm not saying the word. Free dried chives.
I mean, you're afraid to say freeze dried chives.
That's why I'm scared. So we
dried chives.
We talked about our reasoning, so we can just kind of give our Ghost Binker scores here. Reminder: 1 is fully binked, no ghosts. 10 unbinked, all ghosts. I'm gonna give it like a 2. And really, the only reason it's getting the 2 instead of the 1 is because I really like that Devil's Toy Box.
That was crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Does Linkin Park have a song called 1?
I've become so one.
Yeah.
That.
I give 1 because ghosts aren't real.
Oh. I think I know that one.
And the ghosts are getting 1.
I thought you were going to say the ghosts are gay. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank all of our junior and senior binkers for listening. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Ghost Binkers.
Honestly, we barely insinuated ghosts were gay this episode. We normally do that a lot more.
And we very minimal cheating.
No ghosts suck their shit off. Oh, there's not minimal cheating. There was a pretty significant cheating.
But it wasn't really.
We debunked an entire ghost fully off of cheating, basically.
Yeah.
So I'd say a normal amount of cheating for us.
Yeah, I guess.
But definitely way low on self-sucking.
Almost no self-sucking.
A little bit of jacking off, but no self-sucking.
Junior and senior binkers, let us know if you appreciated that there was less self-sucking. You can email us, ghostbinkers@gmail.com.
I think you might get flagged by Gmail's moderation filters or something.
You can't say SS. That's also.
I know. Yeah, don't do that.
Just call it selfing.
Honestly, just talk about how dumb the beach is, and I'll know what you mean.
Yeah. You can also share a story with us or request something for us to talk about. Argue with us.
I guess share the story of an alive person you know who has a ghost.
Yeah. Listen,
if
we're off base here, please let us know.
If your dad is really into model trains and you think it made a ghost split off from him, let us know, I guess.
I does support my Horcrux theory.
That also does feel like I must have a couple anime ghosts in the house.
Oh, 100%.
You close the doors and they must be like Honestly, she's so good.
I'll be house or not. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
house sitting for
Yeah.
you in a couple days. So if I see a
You
Killian ghost
You're
walking
you're
around,
walking around and you just hear like Naruto. You're like, what was that?
I'll know. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. 5 stars would be amazing, and honestly, it's mandatory. And lastly, tell a couple of friends. I forgot to tell you at the beginning of the episode, but you should have listened to this with a couple of friends as well. Get your friends hooked on the podcast.
No, you should listen to it seperate though.
So you can talk
if you
about
have
it
5
later?
people, no, so we get 5 plays. So if you have like 5 people, each of you should listen to it one after another, or like on separate devices, maybe
yeah.
simultaneously, so it all is one thing, but you're still listening
and
separately.
that'll be louder.
because we need to jack the numbers up. So I think getting the separate plays will help.
Yeah, but you gotta share the sugar, spread the good
Yeah.
word.
I think there's a Killian ghost in this room.
Oh shit!
Oh wow! Oh, he's talking about my interests.
Thank you to Ursula for writing this article, and we'll link that in the spooky specimens of the episode description.
Yeah, whatever.
And that's it.
Thanks for telling us about the demon box, the hell box.
That was kind of fun.
That was pretty sick.
That was pretty
The
sick.
Devil's Lookbook or whatever the fuck. That's crazy.
The Devil's Lookbook.
I call it new shit every
that's
time because
gotta
I
be
think it's
something.
I think it's funnier to make stuff up every time. But what a crazy thing! This is the first time someone has abused a ghost. Like this is the first time someone's victimized a ghost in front of us. I think honestly.
Yeah.
So
And on that note, we'll catch you on the next episode.
see ya.
Peace. Mario World 3?
Mario and Luigi. Well,
I
that's
think
it's
was all
that's-
a dream.
You know what that is? That's like Shakespeare. All
Or they did a
all the world's
play.
all the world's a stage, and we are merely
Oh,
players.
yes.
I've often said that Mario is Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Oh, no.
to be or not to be. Oh no, that's Mario and Hamlet.
So this article...
I bite my thumb at you, Mario. Oh no.
Don't tempt me. I love that line. That's my favorite line. But do you bite your thumb at me, sir? I bite my thumb, sir. This article is called Wild Nights.
That's Luigi when you bite your thumb. At it.
Oh,
I'm not ready to move
oh
on.
no. I'm gonna...
That's Yoshi running around while you're biting your thumb at people.